Hi there, Taurus. Welcome back. We're going to get into this, Taurus. We're going to see what we pick up for you, what's going on in your energy, what you should know here. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to click on that like button, guys, because it really helps the algorithm. The algorithm. Okay, Taurus, we have the Five of Wands coming out in reverse. Good card there because there's some kind of peace or a resolution coming. Okay, that's what I feel. I feel like there's a resolution. Yes, overcoming an attack. You might have had somebody come out and like attack you, try to compete with you, like have some kind of big battle, stab you in the back. This is a past situation and you overrising it, like you overcoming that. And I see here the Knight of Coins in reverse. They might have attacked something that you worked really hard for. Okay? And you had to, yes, look at that. So you had somebody around you trying to cause a lot of chaos in your life, Taurus. This person, and this is a past situation, okay? Just so you know. We're going to get into the present in a minute. Wow, so you definitely had to overcome that. Look at that. We have the Three of Swords in reverse. So some kind of trauma from this situation that you, okay, that wanted to come out, so I'm going to take it. You had to overcome in the past, right? Wow. Okay, so I'm going to dig deeper. Tell me more here for Taurus. Tell me more here for Taurus. There it is. Final card. Okay, this is coming out also, so I'm going to take it. Because it's part of your reading, Taurus. Tell me more. What is this person's problem here? We have the King of Cups coming out there. So I feel like you were trying to give some kind of advice. That's what I'm hearing. Yes, it is. Okay, so it was some kind of advice. You were trying to help somebody out here by voicing your opinion or, basically just telling them, what they were doing wasn't right. It wasn't right. It wasn't fair. Something like that, okay? They weren't planning something through. You were trying to help them. Okay, that might be confirmation. Like you were trying to help them plan something here. So you freed yourself. You had no choice but to free yourself from that person because that person wasn't listening. This person was wanting and expecting you to take on more than you can handle. Like your plate was already full, Taurus. That's what I'm hearing. Your plate was already full. And then this person's coming along and they're like, oh no, here you go, Taurus. Here's more. Let me just throw more responsibility on your shoulders, and it might not even been your obligation to take on this extra responsibility, right? Okay. So we have the Page of Swords coming out. I feel like you spoke some kind of truth. And you came off very confident about what you were saying. But they didn't want to hear it. That's what I'm hearing. They didn't want to hear it. You definitely gave this person some kind of challenge. Like you were like, hey, you're going to keep doing the same things over and over again. You're going to keep having this problems of, maybe not affording things. Okay, so it might have been like something that was work related. Like you were telling this person, you were trying to give them good advice. You know what I mean? You were trying to give them good advice and you were letting them know, if you do this, you're not going to have the resources that you need. Okay? You got to get up and do something, right? Like you were telling this person. But I see this person as feeling they were just very envious because it was coming from you, Taurus, because you were saying it. You see? Because it was coming from you. And this is where I see problems, possibly in your family problems. Yes, it was work related. Work related. You were telling this person to, hey, you need to get up and do something here. And because you said that, this person got their feelings hurt because it was coming from you. So the whole energy is like, oh, how dare Taurus come and try to tell me how to live my life and telling me I need to get a job or keep my job, right? It could be something like that. Like you were telling this person, you were trying to give them good, solid advice, but they didn't want to take it. And instead of appreciating you, they lashed out towards you, right? So that's how we got the Three of Swords in reverse. You had to heal. You had to brush that off of yourself. Why is that coming out? Okay. This person definitely did not want to learn their lesson. Okay? They didn't want to hear it. They didn't want to hear nothing that you had to say. They didn't want to make a decision here. They want to, like, take some form of action without really thinking things through. That's what I'm hearing. Like, they just want to, like, hey, I'm just going to do it this way. I'm just going to, like, their energy is like they're just going to play along, or like things are supposed to just fall together without them putting any effort into it. They're just going to get up and take some form of action. I feel like this person is a procrastinator, and you probably had said, hey, you can't keep procrastinating here. You can't. Some things need to be done, and you need to focus on this, like paying your bills, or, something like that, Taurus. I feel like you really worked really hard. I do feel with the Judgment card, that's something that this person was really angry about, was because they're taking it like you were judging them. You were just, pointing the finger at them. But you were judging right, okay? What you were saying was right. And the Judgment coming in the upright position lets me know what you were saying was right. And yes, and look, we have the King of Swords coming out. So yes, you were leading by example. You were trying your best to lead by example, but they didn't want to hear it. But look at that. We have the King of Cups coming out. And you were trying to be sweet about this. You were trying to counsel these people or this person. You weren't expecting there to be family problems over this. But that's where they took it. They took it to the extreme. And that's what I'm hearing. Look at that. Yes, they took it to the extreme. Because they acted out very foolishly. They acted out impulsively. That's what I'm hearing. Somebody here is going to jail. Somebody here is going to jail. Yes, there is. Look at that. Queen of Spears. For one of you, you turned this person in. This person was doing something illegal, and you turned them in. Or you spoke some kind of truth against them, and it was like, hey, you know what? You don't want to get your life together. What do you want me to do? I can't sit here and let you do this. So this person is a troublemaker. They're like causing problems everywhere they go. What's sad is there's a good chance that this could for one of you be your own child. And you having to make that decision, like, it's either you stop them now before they progress and get into something worse. I mean, you had to make a judgment call. It was hard. It was hard. You were trying to influence this person in the right direction. Could be a niece, could be a nephew, okay? This person might have mugged somebody or stole from somebody. Could even be an assault, okay? But what I'm getting is you were the one that spoke up, and that's why this person was angry, because your words were true. Your words were true, and you might have criticized this person, but you were trying to do it in a very constructive way to help them, to aid them, but they didn't want to hear it. So now this person is pointing the finger at you like, oh, you're the mean one. You're the rude one. You're the enemy. That's what I'm hearing. And as much as you try to use logic and try to use reason to talk to this person, you were going nowhere. You were getting nowhere with this person. I feel like you tried your best to have an open mind. I think you tried way, way too much. More than you should have ever done in the past. I mean, just way too much. I do feel like you took on a parental role to this person. like taking them under your wing. You tried, okay? So if this is not your child, this is somebody that you really did try to take them under your wing. You try to show them, try to teach them something here. You try to enforce some kind of moral code on this person, and it didn't work out, unfortunately. But I do feel like this person now is pointing at you like you're the evil one. Mhm. They want to shut you up. They're gossiping, they're talking. I see them talking to people about you. They're very unhappy. Very unhappy. Could be a Pisces that you were dealing with. For one of you, you actually spoke to this person's mom and you let that person know, like, hey, I'm not happy. I'm not comfortable with what this person's doing. This person is doing things that are illegal and I don't want to be a part of this. You know, it's that kind of energy. You might have let that person know. Hmm. So So they want you to get stuck. Okay, so this person is standing back and they're watching you. Okay, the person that you spoke up against, the one that's going to get arrested here or has been arrested, they're definitely watching you here, Taurus. Be careful with that. They're sitting back. I feel like they're hiding in the corner somewhere. Okay, and they definitely want to confine you to something. I feel like they want to trap you into something here. Yes, trap you into something. Okay, I do feel that very strongly here because they're angry because of the outcome and because you tried to give them some kind of discipline and they're feeling like, oh no, hell no. Okay, and I'm seeing this person being like jealous because it's coming from you. Okay, that energy is coming from you. I do feel like this person's pulling in a third party into the situation. Okay, to help them out, to see things their way, and that's the problem here, to cause problems for you, to make it harder for you, to make life harder. That's what I'm hearing. They want you to possibly lose money or have problems financially, maybe with your business. It could be anything like that. Like, you know, cause problems for you there. Okay, so that's a warning right there. Just be careful because this person is in this energy of revenge, right? That's what I'm getting. I do see the Ten of Cups coming out. So, yeah, I don't think anything that they do is going to affect you really because I do feel like with that card coming out, I just feel like very strongly that you have some kind of soul protection, spiritual protection going on around you. You're highly protected, okay? I do feel like maybe you even have family support. People around you in the family supporting you because they see the problems that this person has done in the family, okay? Very strongly indicates to me that this very well could be a family member of yours that you try to help, and instead of appreciating it, they want to bite you. So it's one of those situations where, you know, a person wants to bite the hand that feeds them. All right, because that's what I'm getting. Like this person wants to bite the hand that was feeding them, helping them. You know, they're resentful, and it's because it was coming from you. Be careful, Taurus. I'm going to go ahead and get out of this reading. Catch me in the next one, guys. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to comment. All that helps the riggorithm. Wriggle rhythm. Still can't say it. But anyways, catch me in the next one, guys. Bye-bye.